Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a 2025 favorites, but with a little spin on it, a little twist on it. I've done a lot of videos where I sit down and talk about my favorite things, hauls, items, and things like that, and it's been very materialistic, but I wouldn't necessarily say in a bad way, it's just been a lot of it. So for this 2025 wrapped, I wanted to do my highlights in the most broad way. Last year I did a talking video about what I wanted to do in the new year for 2025, how I felt really creatively stuck. I don't even remember what I said, but it was very like half deep. It was like I was trying to talk about my issues without oversharing, and it was good for me and a lot of you guys enjoyed it. But this year I don't have too much that I want to change. I just really enjoyed this year and how much I've changed for the better, and I've also found a lot of things that I enjoy, and I wanted to share that with you guys. The first thing that I've been enjoying a ton is journaling. I've been non-stop talking about this on stream, but I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a background. In elementary school, I had a little diary. It had a pink monkey on it, and I would write in it every week or so. Dear diary, blah, 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 blah. This was my crush. This is my gymnastics routine, all that stuff. In middle school and high school, I had a memory box, and it was filled with cards and random tokens and things like that. You know when you're cleaning your room and then you find something very memorable but you cannot throw away? That's basically what that box was for me. College, I started vlogging, so that was my type of diary, even though it was very public. And so when I graduated and I started doing this full time, I had a lot more time on my hands, and I realized that yes, my streamer diaries and my vlogs were a great way of documenting my life and that part of a diary, but I don't think I could get too deep into things because it is hard to be vulnerable on the internet, and there's just a lot of stuff that I can't talk about because yeah. And so I rediscovered my love for journaling in the past year and a half. This is my current rotation. Okay, let me show you guys where it started first. I got this journal in Vietnam last summer. She's a little torn up. I got the specific size because I wanted to start junk journaling, and I didn't want to feel like I had to fill out a ton of space on every page, so I got a smaller one. I think this was the perfect size to start off with, and at times I kind of miss the page sizes, and I also liked that it laid completely flat. There's a lot of pages in here that I do not like, but there's also a lot of pages that I really enjoy, and I think that's just the joy of junk journaling, because it's like you just put a bunch of junk in here, and if it happens to look good, that's great, and if it doesn't, then we move on to the next page. At first I tried just using this as a regular journal, but when I used to journal, I realized that I just started writing about a lot of stuff that was sad or bothering me. In a way, it was an outlet, but then it made it less enjoyable to open this every day. So for a while I stopped writing in it, and I think for most of it I didn't write in it, and I just put a bunch of stuff in there. I put cards, letters, tickets, packaging. I started stealing coasters. I started asking on set for stuff so I could put it in my scrapbook, and yeah, it was just such a perfect introduction. I never ended up finishing the couple last pages because she's going through it. Very low pressure, very introductory, and just building the habit and finding the joy in it. Really just for me. Last year and kind of this year as well, I've been using this multimedia sketchbook thing as a thought dump work thing. In the front it has my name and then all the things that I'm interested in, and then what I am at the core, which is a creative. Just a constant reminder of like, hey, this is me, don't forget that. But I definitely had a lot of moments in this year where I felt like I lost who I was and things like that, and this was a great reminder. A lot of my video planning went in here, idea dumps for videos. I just started writing everything out, and it was easy to cross things out or just dump everything and just really see how things can connect or how I can go from one point to another. And it was also great for memory because when I type things out, I obviously don't remember them as much, but I also just think this day and age, and especially college, killed physical media for me, especially for note-taking and working, so bringing it back to life. I also use this daily planner. This is the Hobonichi Techno. On top of both of those things, it was just easier to break down tasks, give timelines, and then also the tedious like do laundry, take the trash out, all in this little notebook. And I already got myself one for 2026. And for this year, on top of that planner, these are my journals. This is my new scrapbook. It's actually a writing book, so all the paper is made for writing, and I have been writing a lot in this hoe. The first page is my favorite page, and I felt a lot more comfortable writing more and then also just working with a bigger page. Yeah, there's some spreads that I don't really like, but there's some that I also really like. It's been so fun working with bigger paper for stuff like this, especially because I've been doing it a lot more. It's a little bit more time consuming, but it's very fun. This is my new work thought dump book. That one is getting pretty full, but this one is from About Blanks, and they just take out all the pages in old books and then fill them with blank pages. I'm assuming it's because the books are in terrible condition, but it is such a fun little thing. I love planning outfits for traveling. Podcast episode is in here, thought dumps, grocery lists, the same thing, just in a little bit of a cuter book. This is my newest journal edition. I got this at Charmed LA, which is like a custom charm jewelry making place here in LA. She is so cute, so me. There's a little locket on the side too, which is adorable, but I'm a little bit intimidated because this notebook has some kind of rules. One of the ones in it right now I'm using for actual deep thoughts and like happiness, sadness, confliction, deeper thinking essentially. And the second one I kind of want to just do random sketches whenever I feel like it. Don't know how far this will go, but that's why I made her extra cute, so then maybe I feel more obligated to open up as a Scorpio who hates opening up. But yes, that's all of my journals. I feel like also not being in school anymore, I feel very illiterate. I feel like I've been using the same 6 words to describe how I feel and my thoughts for the past 2 years, and journaling has helped a lot more. I definitely want to read more because I think that will just dump more vocabulary that I can use to expand my thoughts, but baby steps, you know? Another thing that I've been really enjoying in 2025 is white wine. I am a very sweet drink girly. Do not mix me up with being a soju person though. I fucking hate soju. I just love stuff that tastes not like alcohol, or like the alcohol is paired so well with everything else that it's worth it. I can appreciate stuff like red wine, darker alcohols, but I hate beer. I tried really hard specifically to get into red wine because Colin had a phase of it, and I really like the sweet and super juicy, sharp ones. I just couldn't finish more than half a glass each time. I could appreciate it, but it was just so intense. And so when I went to New York, I split a wine bottle with one of my friends, and that was the first time I was like, wait, I actually do really like white wine. Like, I'm drinking half the bottle right now. And when I told him, he was like, okay. He did a lot of research to find a white wine that I would enjoy, and the ones that I enjoy are from New Zealand. Don't know anything else, but it's really juicy, it's really palatable, and it's not super sweet, or at least not like headache sweet. It's definitely sweet, but naturally sweet. Next thing I've been really enjoying are natural brown colored contacts that give a little bit more depth to my eyeballs. I used to wear some crazy contacts, and what I've just been really enjoying is slightly lighter brown contacts that are larger, because when you wear lighter colors, your just eyeballs look smaller, and so when you get lighter colors, you should get something a little bit bigger in diameter. But when you wear darker colors, you should get stuff that's not too big, or else it'll look crazy. And I found a great in between, which is just a lighter brown with a bigger diameter. Those have been my daily lenses ever since. It's also helped me not only like my makeup or only like how I look with contacts in, which is something that has been, I think, more and more of a common thing with people who are getting more into Asian makeup and stuff like that, because a lot of Asian makeup looks, what really carries everything is the contacts. And so a lot of people get addicted to just wearing contacts, and they think they only look good wearing contacts, which I don't think is a good thing. Next thing I've been enjoying are special bags. In the past few years, I have, actually most of my life, I have not been a big bag person. I just didn't really know much about bags. I didn't really care for them, and the only thing I cared about was if they were like monochromatic, so that they went with everything, and if they fit everything I needed them to fit. Obviously my priorities have changed now that I'm not in college. I don't know, it's just opened up a whole new world to try different silhouettes and different different patterns, and there's this notion of like wearing a designer piece and what it says about you and what that specific style says about you, and people being able to recognize that, or wearing pieces that are not as recognizable in terms of like the brand but seeing the character that it has. Really fun to play with, and you really don't have to spend a ton of money even if you want those designer pieces. I'm gonna show you guys some of my favorites lately. This bag you guys have seen before. It's a little polka dot bag with a bunch of ruffles and this little label on the side. I've gotten so many compliments on this because it is such a cute bag. It's very unique and it's special, trendy, but not screaming in your face. Literally perfect example of this side of things. For the other side, I have two designer bags that I picked up recently. This one is from Margiela and it is such a special bag. Obviously, if people know what Margiela is, they will be able to tell what this is, but the other part that I really like is that this white paint crinkles up more and breaks up more as you use it. So the parts that have more wear are broken up more, which I think is so cool. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that trend on TikTok, but it's like, oh, when another person in a specific niche recognizes another person in that same specific niche that has a really cool bag, it's like, I want to connect in that way with someone. I don't know, it fucking sounds delusional, but it's super cool. Similarly, Kaide actually got this for me for my birthday. It is this Dior bag. It is so cute and not, you can tell it's Dior, but it's not the super popular bags that they have. And so it's just like, it's very me feel and how people perceive me more than convenience. So I got that one at a vintage designer reseller sourcer, and that is my new fixation for 2026 because it's gotten to a point where a lot of medium tier brands are selling things that are super expensive, and going to these flea markets or vintage markets, vintage vendors, things like that, can sell those designer pieces at that same price as mid-tier designers. Obviously, I still enjoy those mid-tier designers, but having that other option is nice as well. I've also been really enjoying wearing heels. I'm a taller girl, I'm 5'9", and I've tried wearing heels before, but it always makes me so uncomfortable, and I end up making myself the same height because I'm always, oh my god, I don't want to be tall, I don't want to take up space. But I've really enjoyed it this year. I don't know what changed, but it's just like something clicked up here. Like when I was walking in New York in heels, 17,000 steps, I was not bothered by it as much as I should have because I just enjoyed that click clack sound and like being super tall maxing, tall mogging, height mogging. Something that I randomly started enjoying in the middle of this year and I will continue to be enjoying. I don't know what changed up here, but I'm so glad it did. It also changes silhouettes a lot in the way that I dress, and it's just so fun to play with. Being able to dress it up or even dress it down, I think is a little fun. Speaking in a similar manner, I've been having a lot more fun with scents. I don't think it's more so something changed up here, but I think I've just been getting a lot more PR with perfume in it, and I've just been like, oh, I like this. Oh, I also like this. Oh, this is different. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I was really big about having one signature scent, and for a while it was Matcha 26 by Le Labo, but as soon as I found that one signature scent, I was like, okay, I'm gonna stick with this for the rest of my life. And honestly, probably would have if I didn't get sent this PR, but instead of having one central scent, I've been having fun and doing like 3 or 4 central scents. It just depends on the mood. Like if I'm wearing something really girly and very flirty, I want to wear something really sweet. And for that, this Miu Miu scent, super sweet, strawberry, very girly. If I'm giving clean girl energy errands, Retrospect by Merit or Yuzu by J-Scent, also a great summer scent. And if I'm wearing something super cozy, I wear Sesame Shower from Concreted. Probably my most smoky, nutty scent, but still very sweet. But yeah, another thing, something that I've been having a lot of fun with. Speaking of fun, I have been loving driving manual. If you guys haven't seen my streams or my Instagram stories, I recently got a Miata. It's a 2016 stick Miata. It was my first time learning stick. One surprised me with it because we were at a point in the year where we were both working so much. We never really saw each other or had the energy to go on dates, but in a way, learning how to drive stick together was our new date. And so helped a lot in our relationship, but also was just so fun in general. It recontextualized learning things. As someone that grew up with a bunch of hobbies, but I was just kind of like mediocre at everything, picking up new hobbies now as an adult, I'm always like, why am I not good at it off the bat? You know, learning manual felt like I was learning how to drive again, and it was something that I was learning that was honestly very unnecessary for me to learn, but has been a super fun challenge and also has just made me a much better driver. I have my attention 100% on the road. I'm never on my phone. I drive defensively, but also very forgivingly, but not in like a I'm gonna be the slowest person in the road type of way. Like, I'd rather someone just do something and let them do it than fight them for something that they're already gonna do. But now I have another issue. When I drive automatic cars, I get very bored and I space out and I miss turns and stuff like that. So it's definitely a balance. And I also just really enjoy hearing the car, the feeling of rev matching and all that. It just feels so nice, brings so much more enjoyment to driving, especially in LA. I have something to do during traffic. It gets annoying sometimes and definitely really draining, but for how little I go out, it's perfect. This year I also got a vanity. I kind of just separated my spaces as a whole moving into this apartment. I've never had a vanity before. I always did my makeup in the bathroom or at my PC, so having a dedicated space for beauty and for journaling has been very healing to my soul and my womanhood, and it's just been really fun to have in general, like decorating it and just having kind of like more of a pointless thing in my room. Not really pointless, but definitely something that I don't really need. I'm sure I talked about this in my moving vlog, but I had insane insomnia for a lot of my life, but I realized that, well, no, it got progressively worse and worse and worse near the end of 2024 and early 2025 because I had my workspace in my room. I got sleep paralysis for the first time and it was just like the worst experience ever. And ever since we've moved and I've gotten a den, aka a space for streaming and my PC and all that stuff, my sleep has gotten astronomically better. Yeah, I'm just very lucky and very privileged to be able to separate my workspace like that because, dude, that shit was so stressful and one of the worst sleep experiences that I've had. I would say that most of my insomnia is gone now, and it's such a crazy thing to say. Big things in the 25. The last thing that I wanted to touch on was finding my soul again, finding myself again. I feel like everyone talks about finding yourself in your 20s and like going through all of that, and everyone can say that to me at every minute of my life in my 20s, but you just don't really know it until you experience it. 2024 is when I realized that I had a lot of insecurities built off of my surroundings in ways that weren't like super clear, and so discovering that was bringing me back a bit. But then there was this whole point of like, okay, I don't know who I am. Like, I don't have a sense of self. I don't have a confidence in like the person that I am, and a lot of things happened this year that made me realize, like, or kind of roll me back, not making me realize some things. Maybe that's also why I don't feel the need to reinvent myself this year, do a bunch of changes. I just want to continue how I've been, the habits I've been developing, and my mindset, and just continue growing, because I feel like me constantly feeling like I need to reinvent myself every year or just reinvent myself in general, focus on new things, try new things, is that I lost the continuality of myself from all the years that I've built up in my childhood to my teenage years and to now. Yeah, so I've just been really enjoying finding myself again through hobbies and stuff that's happened in friendships, relationships. What a way to close off this video. I hope you guys enjoyed things that I enjoyed and loved in 2025. Let me know if you guys like this type of video. Thank you also for all the love on the podcast. Super excited to continue it, and let me know if you want to see anything else from me, as well as anything that you've been enjoying in 2025.